Hey everyone, I'm starting this episode off a little bit differently than usual because I've actually already recorded a whole episode with a guest. However, now that I've edited it and I've listened back, I just don't know if I have respected Liam Payne's legacy enough. There's things I want to go into before we get into the episode. Like, this is all very raw and fresh. It's now the 20th of October 2024, and Liam has only just passed away on the 16th of October. Now, if you don't know who he is, I will get into that when I cut back to the interview with my guest speaker. But for now, I just want to pay tribute to him as a person and try to make sure all the goodness he brought to the world, I guess, is louder than the negative stories out there. I just want to remind everyone that he was a dad, he was a son, he was a brother, he was an uncle. Like, this is a tragic event, and I just want to respect it and the story of his death as much as I can. So I'm going to start with saying that so many celebrities and family members have come out and said what a beautiful soul he was, and that he was passionate about his music, he was talented, he was driven. They say he had a sparkle in his eye and he really cared about people. Now, this is easily proved through his charity organizations, the work that he got into. So I'm just kind of going to get into a little bit of that so you can see what kind of person he was. Firstly is his participation in the Soccer Aid for UNICEF. Now, this is a yearly charity football match to raise money for children in war and difficulty. He would also volunteer at his local food bank, regardless of how famous he was, and allegedly helped fund 360,000 meals. He auctioned off his clothes in 2021 and fundraised £15,000 for various charities. Liam would often read through GoFundMe pages and give thousands of dollars to different people in need. He'd give money to like all different circumstances, all different types of people in need, all these different things. It really shows the qualities he had and what kind of person he was. Just a few days before his death, he actually posted a Snapchat story discussing GoFundMe, and he was encouraging his fans and others to donate. Now, look, I would keep going, but honestly, we'll be here all day. There's so many different good things he did. And like I said before, I just really hope in the light of his death that the goodness he did in the world and his bright light in the world that shone through his work with charity and all different things and how kind and giving he was, I really hope that it's louder than all the negative noise out there. But anyway, I think I've said what I wanted to say. So now I'll get back to what we pre-recorded a few hours ago, and I'll just start from the beginning of that segment.
Good afternoon from New York. We're coming on the air with breaking news. Other big stories, the King of Pop has died.
The Diana, Princess of Wales, has been killed in a car accident.
Kurt Cobain, the leader of one of rock's most gifted and promising bands, Nirvana, is dead, and this is the story as we know it so far.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dead Famous Pod, where we delve into what really happened to our stars, allegedly. So today we are going to be talking about Liam Payne. Obviously, this was not on the agenda. I don't think any of us saw this coming. But anyway, I have a guest with me today to help me out because she knows a lot more about One Direction than I do. So everyone, welcome my guest, Alana.
Hi everyone, it's so good to be back.
For anyone who doesn't know, let's just give a rundown of like who the hell Liam Payne is.
Okay, I can do it.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, so Liam Payne was in a band, One Direction.
Yeah.
Established from X Factor. Cannot remember what year that happened.
2014.
Oh, okay. They were just a couple of 14, 15-year-old kids. Yeah. Went on X Factor auditions, ended up getting put in a group, and basically blew the fuck up.
You are like at the prime age for One Direction, like fangirl, lover vibes.
Literally took my entire world and flipped it upside down. And I was obsessed. I was one of those hyper obsessed 1D fans.
Teenage girls just went insane.
Yeah, like posters all over my room from wall to ceiling, floor to ceiling, and music on all the time.
But I do want to just say that Liam did have his own career in his own right. So the band is all broken up now. Everyone was hoping for a reunion. Not going to happen, unfortunately, because now he's just passed away. We're literally recording this on Friday. He passed away, I think it was like Wednesday night, our time in Australia. Yeah, so it's very fresh. Yeah. Okay, I feel like what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what I know about the death, and then I think after that you fill in the blanks.
Okay.
Because I think you know more than I do. But basically, Liam Payne fell from a balcony from his hotel in Argentina. As I've said, he was only 31 years old when he died. It's very sad. He has a 7-year-old son, so that's just really sad and tragic for the family. He was there on holiday with his girlfriend, Kate Cassidy, but she actually left just 2 days before his death.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I thought maybe they had a fart or something, so I looked into that. But no, they were meant to be there for a few days. They were there for 2 weeks. She was just over it and wanted to go home, but he wanted to stay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so from what I know, but this is where I need you to fill in the blanks, he was cited being really aggressive and like around the hotel by heaps of different witnesses. The police were even called about his behavior and they were on the way, but they hadn't arrived yet when he died.
Yeah. The staff had said that he was behaving in such a way where they requested medical assistance and police straight away. They were like, make sure you bring
because didn't they say on the 911 call they were worried his life was at risk?
Yes, that's exactly right. Oh, I got full body chills.
So we are going to go into his backstory a little bit, but I'm not going to do too much of his childhood like I normally would. I feel like we have a lot to say in terms of his relationships. I'm going to talk about his first girlfriend, like in his adult life. His first girlfriend as an adult was Cheryl Cole, who is the mother of his baby. They met in a really weird, unconventional way. They met, hang on, I need to backtrack. Forget what I said about 2014 before. No, it was 2008. I got confused with when he started dating someone else. Okay. Sorry, everyone. Everyone listening to this who's like a One Direction lover is probably screaming. Anyway, sorry, it was 2008. So he met Cheryl when he actually was auditioning, not like in the crowd or anything. She was literally a judge. Yeah.
How old was she? Do you know?
He was 14 and she was roughly 24, 25.
Oh,
I know.
My God.
So they didn't date till later. So one of the judges in X Factor was Simon Cowell as well. Apparently at Simon Cowell's house, Niall, one of the other band members, I don't know if we should have said the band members' names, but anyway, do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm laughing because it's Simon Cowell.
Oh! Ew, I just got the ick from myself.
Sorry,
oh my God. Okay, anyway, so at Simon Cowell's house, I think I say Niall wrong too.
It's Niall.
I'm going to wee my pants. We're never going to get through this episode. This is like meant to be a sad, somber episode.
Okay, no, it is sad.
I'm sorry, guys. This is just what we're like. We just always laugh together. Sorry.
It's so devastating.
No, it is. Yeah. Anyway, so Niall.
Now you're going to be self-conscious.
I can't. Anyway, he overheard Cheryl saying how hot Liam was at that party or whatever at his house.
What?
He went and told Liam, and then that's when Liam pursued her. Wow. I mean, kind of as you would. Like, why not? Well, it's 2016 at this point, so I'm not very good at maths, but maybe he's around 22.
Yeah.
So she'd be like 30. Yeah, I kind of see that vibe.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay. It just wasn't okay when he was 14.
Yeah, and I'm like 99% sure that nothing weird would have happened.
Well, the public definitely doesn't know anything that happened prior. So that was obviously a major relationship in his life. They had their baby almost straight away. He was 23 when his baby was born, which is so young. His son is now 7, which is really sad. Don't even want to think about that, to be honest. So anyway, broke up with her in roughly 2018. In 2019, he started dating his ex-girlfriend, Maya Henry. This was quite a turbulent relationship on and off, but they did get engaged in August 2020. So literally super quick, really. Wow. And then they broke up for good in May 2022.
Okay.
So few-year relationship. She recently wrote a book of May this year. It's like a fictional style book, but it's very obvious about her relationship with him.
Wow.
It's a fictional book about these people in an emotionally abusive relationship, but let me just lay out why it's so obvious for you. The cover is literally a guy holding a guitar with like arm tattoos and the same exact tattoos that Liam has.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And the main character is in a boy band.
Okay, yeah.
And it's set in the same place he's from. So
Okay, well, look,
yeah,
freaking obvious in that.
it's like me, the book that I'm writing. I didn't know if I was going to say that, but I'm literally like trying to like lay out the facts for everyone. Like,
Yeah.
hello.
Wow, I'm going to need to read this book.
Me too.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
about a week and a half ago, literally, she's just put a cease and desist letter from her lawyer to Liam because apparently he was ringing her so much, which I don't know how I feel because he had a new girlfriend, but whatever.
But we've all been there. We know what the
have,
intention
and
is.
You and I have been
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Anyway, newspaper article reports that, quote, just days before Payne's tragic death in Argentina, Maya filed a lawsuit against him, accusing him of psychological harassment and bullying, making the culmination of, a deeply turbulent relationship, blah, blah, blah. Now, I did see some mention on a random TikTok account about some incident with an axe between the two of them, but I couldn't find that evidence anywhere. So I'm wondering if that's noted in her book maybe or something.
Yeah.
But I did try to find, I Googled it, I couldn't find any actual evidence about that. But anyway, like I said, I don't know how comfortable I feel putting opinions and all that out there because like such a hard situation now that he's died.
Yes, of course. I think just based off the facts that have come out, like it's a very unfortunate situation that we can relate to.
Yeah.
But we don't know the whole story.
Yes.
And I just think we can't.
And I think there's going to be a lot more to come out. And like,
definitely.
I'm sure she's in a really weird position right now.
Yeah.
Like I used to think with my ex, if I go to the police and like do something about this or something, I used to think, what if he dies? And like, I'm going to feel horrible.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine.
But then that's the guilt that they put onto you.
I know. It's such a hard, tricky thing.
Yeah, definitely. So I can only imagine what her headspace is like.
Yeah, I feel so sorry for everyone involved, but her as well. But I do just want to note about Liam himself is that during one of their breakups in 2019, he said on a podcast how bad he felt about how he treated her.
Wow.
And he said, I just want to quote it. He said, quote, I am indeed single. I feel like more than anything at this point, I'm more disappointed in myself that I keep on hurting people. That annoys me. I've just not been very good at relationships.
That's really sad.
There's all these videos that are coming out on TikTok about him getting photos with like fans and stuff the day he died because he's in the same outfit.
Really?
He looks like very blank and like there's something.
So it came out that he was on a podcast and he was talking about how he struggled with alcohol and abuse specifically. Like when he was in One Direction, it was the only way that he would kind of cope. He would have a drink and then he realised he'd be drunk for years and years had passed.
And he said something like, what are you going to do with 14-year-old kids like to keep them away from the world? You put them in a room with a minibar. Yeah.
Yes. So there was that. And he was saying that, was talking a bit about his mental health and he was like, no, I need to fix this because it was going in a bad place. And then I was watching a news article and they were talking about how he was struggling with suicidal ideation and the alcohol was affecting him in a very negative way. And then it's kind of like all led to this downfall that he's had, and when you look back you can kind of see it coming. Like he was such a bright light in podcasts from like 2017 or radio interviews from back then. I watched one this morning and he had this sunlight in his face.
And I've noticed that all the things people are posting about him like in commemoration are all like old videos, which is weird when like he's obviously been active in the world. But I'm just thinking now, I wonder if it has something to do with all this stuff with his ex-girlfriend. Like if it was just getting to him too much. Like
you don't know when you're already struggling with like a mental mindset of yourself and you're trying to keep up with the day-to-day and you find that you need to rely on substances or alcohol. It's like you don't know where his headspace is at, and it kind of has all alluded to probably not in a very good way because we still don't know did he fall? Did he jump?
Yeah.
Or was he pushed? Those are the 3 questions.
Well, we don't even know if he was in his hotel room alone at that point.
No.
Yeah, and I just wonder if, because like we've said, you and I have experienced the emotional abuse. The 911 call, the hotel staff said he was smashing up the room.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if something happened either with his current girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend that was just too much while he was already in that fragile mental state.
Yeah.
And he was smashing up the room, and it was just a tragic incident.
Yeah, especially with the hotel staff saying you need to bring medical.
Yes, true.
He had to have been saying
very
something
upset,
or very distressed to a point where if you can notice that a stranger is like going down that path, it had to have been very obvious.
Yeah. Okay, so what happened with the Nile stuff?
Yeah, so I was reading a news article this morning.
Because I just assumed, because there's been so much like random beef between these members that we really know nothing about. But I just assumed they were all good because he went to his concert the other day, didn't he? That's why he was in Argentina.
So he didn't go there like because he was invited to the concert. So this I have a quote as well. So I was on the Sydney Morning Herald and I was just reading the article, and a lot of people were like, why are you going to the Niles concert kind of thing? And he turned around and said, we're going to Argentina, 1, because we want to, 2, because we want to, and 3, because Niall Horan's playing down there and I think we might go and say hello. And then he said, it's been a while since me and Niall have spoken. We've got a lot to talk about and I would like to square up a couple of things with the boy. No bad vibes, nothing like that. We just need to talk. So he was going to settle whatever is, and what's crazy, that was like over a week ago.
But it kind of sounds like a bit of an ambush.
So I just saw Liam did go backstage when he went to Niall's concert.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
they must have been all good. Well, that's why I'm like, maybe that's the reason he's the only one who hasn't spoken, because it's very like, it's too hard. They just made up.
Yeah, definitely. Imagine that. Like one of your longest friends for the longest time, like family, you finally make up with them and then they die. He would have just been in an absolute shock.
There's 5 of them, right?
Yeah.
These 5 boys have really gone through an experience that only the 5 of them will ever understand.
Yeah.
And like losing one part of that would be so hard.
Oh, it'd be like losing a family member.
God, who would have guessed that the way he died would be falling from a bloody balcony? Like it's just not even.
He was half unconscious. He was unconscious in the lobby.
And
then
think
he got escorted up in his room. It had to have been, maybe he got up to get another drink and then tripped and fell out. Like, you just don't know.
No, and like I said, there's these videos of him with fans on the same day that he died, and you can see in those videos he's just not all there. Looks sickly almost.
Yeah.
Now, another thing I wanted to say, which is absolutely horrible, was that a news report also posted a photo of his dead body. Like, isn't it insane that humans think that that is okay? I don't care if you have a news report. Like, I don't care about money. Fucking, like,
and
be
the
human.
The news reporters that did that are very well known for their, what's the word? They're just known for crossing the line when it comes to their reporting.
Yeah, 100%.
And
it's just not okay. It is so disrespectful. Imagine his family. But I do just quickly want to talk about Cheryl's statement, in that she mentions the fact that people are speculating about all these allegations against him.
Yeah.
She alludes to the fact by his ex-girlfriend. She doesn't say who.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is more on par with how I was feeling. We don't know what's true, what's not.
Yeah.
I feel like everything that was said about him last week at this stage is just allegations.
No
one was charged.
And you know what? He's not around to defend himself or tell his side of the story, which is just really unfortunate that it's all getting brought up right now.
Look, I guess in terms of updates, that's where we'll leave it for now. But I don't want to end this on a sad note. Like, I want the ending of this to kind of be on a happier celebration kind of of its life kind of style. So what we didn't get into, because we completely forgot, and I'll ask you, is you meeting Liam Payne.
Okay. So when I was 15, I was obviously in love with One Direction, as most 15-year-olds were.
I was into the fan fiction. I had this whole like dream that one day I would meet Harry and my best friend would meet Liam and we would end up together. So
Like every other teenage
Exactly.
15-year-old girl.
exactly. So it was my birthday in a few weeks, and me and my friends decided we wanted to celebrate early, and there was
Yeah.
4 of us. So my parents got us a room at a hotel in Melbourne called the Crown.
Yeah.
We stayed at the Crown Towers, and
Which is like
it was
bougie.
exactly.
Yeah.
My birthday was a month later, and we just happened to pick this weekend
Okay.
by chance. My
Yeah.
parents booked it,
Yep.
and then at this point, no one knew where they were staying when they were coming to Melbourne.
Oh,
So-
wait. So One Direction was coming to Australia.
Yes, so they were coming for their tour.
Okay.
We were going to see their concert the following week, and we just happened to be there this weekend. It was
Yeah.
such a fluke. So we were there, and we noticed like extra security around the lobby, and we're like, what the hell's going on? There's
Yeah.
no way that they could be here, because we didn't even know at this point whether they were in Melbourne or not.
Yeah, because if the concert's a week later, like that's quite a while. Normally they
Exactly.
just fly in the day before.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure it was a week later. I just remember it not being when we were there.
Yeah, like at least a few days out. or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, what's going on? This is so weird. We're not getting, I told my friends, you're not getting excited, because like, I don't want like no disappointment. We go to our room and we're like, oh, there's a while before we have to go out. We're doing something that night. Probably just dinner with, I think we ended up like staying in. But anyway, and I was like, let's go for a swim.
Yeah.
So we were just talking, having a laugh. I'm like, oh my God, imagine if they were here. Just imagine.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, don't even be stupid about it. So I was like, okay, we all get in our bathers, and I was like, I'll save doing my makeup for later. No, this is like one of my biggest regrets.
You.
No, it haunts me. I didn't even shave my legs. Like I thought at 15 that I was going to hook up.
Oh my
It
God.
was so
They
important.
didn't pick you because you didn't shave your
No,
legs.
that's where my mental fucking space was. But in the moment, it was like, whatever. Then no one's going to be there. No one's going to see me.
Yeah.
So we go down to the pool. We sign the little check-in thing. We go down. We're having a good time. Literally, like, it's just us in this entire
So
pool
you
area.
and 3 friends.
Me, 3 friends, we're just chilling, having a swim, having a laugh, just being goofy little 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my best friend is like, and I couldn't see. I didn't have glasses at this stage. So,
Oh, I understand.
so I didn't know what was going on. We were just sitting there having a laugh, and my best friend goes, oh my God. And then she's like, no, that's Harry. I'm like, you're freaking lying. Do not do this to me right
Like,
now.
don't fuck with me,
So
man.
then I'm like looking, and I'm trying to get my eyes to focus, and it just wouldn't. And this man walks in with a security guard, and I still couldn't see at this point. I couldn't see up until the fact where he walks right past us and gets into the pool, and then it's Harry.
The same pool as you.
Same pool as us, no one else around. It's just us and Harry, and we're just looking like
So let's just make this clear. Harry fucking Styles.
Harry Styles in his 21-year-old era with his hot tattoos and his gorgeous hair.
Okay, I'm
and
glad you think he's hot.
like-
Congratulations.
it was just so delicious. And I just remember thinking, I need to shave my fucking legs.
You know what? This would happen to only you.
I know.
Like, only you
I
this would
know.
happen to.
Like, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, he gets in the pool, and I turned to my best friend, and I'm like, let's just act casual. And I said to them,
Oh, yeah.
no one
okay.
go up to him. No one go up to him, because
Oh my God,
I
I'd
didn't...
be right up there.
No.
I'd swim right up. Fucking
Oh, wait.
freestyle up to that bitch. Doggy paddle up to
No, because I said to them, I don't want him to think that we're freaks like everyone else out there.
I want him to fall in love with me.
Yeah, wait. So I'm like, let's just act normal. So there's this water fountain, right? I feel like you should put a photo of the fountain. There's this little water fountain that goes into the swimming pool, and he's like directly across us. And I'm like to my best friend, let's just go at cash and just pretend we're having fun. So we go up to the water fountain. No, this haunts me my whole life. We go up to the water fountain, and we both hang off it. I actually thought that was going to get me to pull Harry Styles. So anyway, imagine water splashing in our face.
I'm crying.
So we get down. We just swim back to our friends. And Harry's just looking swear to God. And he hangs off it. Fucking hangs off it. I was like, there is no way this is fucking happening right now.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm sorry. You didn't have your glasses on. Are you sure? It was even Harry. I can't breathe. I actually can't breathe. Oh my God. My ribs hurt.
Like, and his security guard was laughing, so I knew he was fucking
I actually can't breathe. You're like laughing. I'm not even making a sound because I can't breathe.
I knew he was taking the piss.
Wait, he was teasing you.
Out of all my fantasies of meeting Harry, I never in a million years thought that's how it was going to happen. And I kept thinking...
You've set the dog off.
I kept thinking to myself, yeah, my fucking hairy legs and makeup was the reason he didn't come back to my hotel.
It's definitely not because you were hanging on.
Oh my God.
I thought Liam was there too this whole time.
No, so Liam came after.
Oh, okay, guys.
Okay.
I gave you some false advertising.
Oh my God. No, we're getting there.
Oh,
So then he walks up and like gets out of the pool and he does his little hair shake, like he gives us a little show and then he walks off. So we're like trying to get over that and it's like, what the fuck? So we're just chilling, like getting out of the pool, like we're recounting the whole thing, and I text my mum and I'm like, oh my God, we just met Harry Styles, and she's like, yeah, right. Not even fucking believing. No, you didn't. And it's just like, if my friends weren't there, no one would have fucking believed it. Like that whole interaction was just so funny. And then Liam walks past and
I
we
would've
were
died.
like starstruck, and I can't remember whether me and my friend...
You know
We're
what? I'm
in the
sorry,
whole-
but now I can't get past the fountain. But now that I think about it, Harry Styles would do that of like teasing you. 'Cause
yeah.
he's
was
a bit of an arsehole.
No,
He's a
you know what I
cheeky
think?
little
I
arsehole.
just think he knew it would have like embarrassed us. So it
Exactly.
was just like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Anyway, yes, back to Liam.
So I think we were like, two of us were out of the pool and then my best friend was in the pool. She loved Liam. So we were like, we went up to Liam, I remember now, and he was on his way up to the gym, which was just past the pool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we were like, can you please say hi to Natalie? And he did, and she was just like dying. So obviously it was just like, oh my God. And he was so nice, like just to even have stopped and like said that. And then he went up to the gym, and the whole gym was made out of like glass windows. So then we just watched him work out.
Oh my God, I remember you telling me this.
We watched him work out for half an hour, and it
I
was
would not have looked
amazing.
away.
He was boxing.
I didn't really get into One Direction like you, but now that I like look at them all, Liam's the only hot one, and I will not hear anything otherwise.
No,
than that.
looking back, yes. But yeah, I will forever hold those memories.
That is amazing.
I
don't even know if that was a good story if we're just laughing the entire time.
No, I think it's good.
Anyway, guys, I will shut up now because this is probably my longest episode to date, I'm sure. Anyway, sorry, there's probably more information out there by the time I record this too, but I'll try to update the most on my Instagram account @DeadFamousPod. And yeah, I'll talk to you next time.